Steve, from the ref, particularly the one on Patrick. How did you see that?
Yeah, Patrick, I knew when he went on that he's capable of getting on the last man, and balls in behind, he's a threat. And that's exactly what happened. From where I was stood, I was disappointed with the decision. I thought he was in on goal. I thought his first touch was terrific. He dropped on his right foot. He was in control of the ball. He'd have had a 1v1 with the goalkeeper.
There was also an incident when, I think it was Ward, she seemed to charge Barragan inside the box in the first half. Did you think that should have been more than what it was?
No, I don't think so.
No. In terms of the balance of play, did you think you just about shaded it, or was the draw a fair result?
Well, I can't remember. I think maybe Victor had one save from Vokes second half. I think that was their only attempt on goal. And when you think about the chances, Alvaro did everything right. Scissor kick, left foot, lots of power behind it, great save. Stuart Downey steps up at the moment and does everything right. Loudon drops on to the post, sees it out for a corner. And they're just things that have just not gone for us today. But in terms of effort, commitment, attitude, energy, and I have to say the crowd were terrific. You know, it was a proper team effort, really, that I thought we deserved the 3 points. I thought we deserved the goal, and we'll live to fight for another day.
How big a missed opportunity is it, though, given the result today as well?
It is, of course it is, but I thought it was a game we should have won, and we could have won. But we're 6 off it, with a game extra to play, so all to play for, and still positive.
Decided to make some changes, Steve. I think 4 in total. He went 2 or 3. What was the thinking behind that?
We run out with fullbacks to start with, which is the obvious. But I know the system inside out. I've worked with that for 2 or 3 years, and the difficulty was putting the information into the players in a meeting room. But they carried out the instruction fantastically well. We have 3 really good centre backs. To push the wing backs high was very, very evident first half. We got crosses into the box, extra man in midfield, still stay with our 2 strikers. So it was very much working off a real solid shape, but a threat going forward.
Yala had the ball in the net late on. I mean, was that another fine detail that went against the team?
Yeah, I think, was that the one with handball, was it?
Yeah, was it Negredo handball?
Negredo handball, yeah. So it was handball. But no, we pushed and pushed and pushed, and as I said, they couldn't give any more. Adama was a threat when he went on. I think he cut back one back for Adam Clayton. He was on his left foot. So not to get the goal today was the disappointment, but I thought we deserved the goal.
When Patrick took that ball down, it looked like Patrick on for the goal, as you mentioned before the game.
Yeah, because Patrick, as I said yesterday in the press conference yesterday, he's had 18 months of not playing regularly for whichever team he's been at, and he's been excellent in the last couple of weeks, and he'll be a big player for us for the remainder of the season.
So I think 9 days till the next match, Arsenal obviously at home. What will the priority be over the next week or so?
Well, we've had 3 games there in 6 days, and the players have taken a lot of information on board, and I think now it gives us a chance to reflect of what we've done, how we've done it, what we need to continue to work on. So I'm encouraged by lots of things I saw today, and obviously the more work we get, the more preparation we have, will set us up nicely for the Arsenal game.
And squad-wise, you'll be hoping, presumably, that a few of the lads that are currently missing will be available. Is there any prospect of that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's difficult to say exactly when, but there's a good chance with Gaston, there's a good chance with Callum, and George is close. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fabio as well. So fingers crossed. Everybody's very, very close to being fit. Okay.
Do you think your Finnish player Soisalo will play this season in the first team?
Sorry.
Soisalo, Mikael Soisalo. Do you think he will play in the first team this season?
Finnish lad.
No. A young player that's got a bright future. Thank you.
Well, I think overall, another point on the board, another important point on the board. You know, tough going away. We know that this season. We found that, but 3 games in a week, and you pull 4 points out of it, and I think it's a reasonable return because, you come to Middlesbrough at this stage where they've got to throw caution to the wind. Everyone knew that after their result in the week, and they did. And so, the games are tough anyway in the Premier League, but they're tough when circumstances are added in. And I thought the game panned out like that. They had to go first half, defensive on the one hand, but then trying to play diagonals and try and open the pitch up to be offensive. And then second half, I thought we grew into the game, and we have a big chance, and they have a big chance actually. Great save from Tom. We have a big chance, and I haven't seen it back, but it's one of them that you think, how have we not scored there? And then they have a couple of goal-mouth scrambles. So overall, another point on the board and a pleasing point. Yeah, but like I said, they had a big chance, before our chance. So it's, goals change games, the feeling in the stadium, but then they're in that awkward predicament where even with scoring, would that have made them go more defensive and try and hang on, etc., etc. These games can be awkward, and I thought it was today. So I was pleased that we got through that and somewhat delivered a performance. Not as good as we were Tuesday, I didn't think, but still away from home it's tough, and we did enough to get the point and another clean sheet, of course.
Few hairy moments with Bamford going through and then the ball.
Yeah, I haven't seen it back. I think the referee's got a view where I think slipped, or because they're so tight, both of them going for it, that it's like a tangle. So I presume that's why it was a yellow. I haven't spoken to him and I haven't seen the clip, but that's how it looked to me. So if it is that case, then it's good officiating without a shadow of a doubt.
Jeff was down, wasn't he, for the ball ended up in the...
Well, that's an interesting one. There was a couple of things like that today with a head injury. It ends up being handball, but the ball's in the box and they've got a chance scoring, and there's a man down with a head injury. So I don't know. But anyway, we'll leave that one alone. At the end of the day, I thought it was a fair game from both sides trying to win a game.
Still no away games. That's still frustrating for you. Obviously.
We've had lots of away games, but no away win. Yeah. No. I think it's I've not been too frustrated all the way down the season. I think it's a reality of the division. I really do. We were so strong away last season, and this season we found it tough on the road. And the Premier League, I've mentioned it many times. Every team will have good home form. We've got it ourselves. They've not lost that many here. They've had a lot of draws, of course, but they've not lost that many. So, it's tough going everywhere around the Premier League. So, more of a head scratcher, to be honest, more of a conundrum of how we haven't actually won away, because some of our performances have probably warranted it. But we keep going. It's another point on the board, and I think, at this stage with the points we've got, I don't think many thought we'd get that many points, full stop, let alone at this stage.
Your fans are singing about staying up at the end, and you're 8 points clear now with 6 games to go. Are you pretty much there?
Well, you can never guarantee it. I mean, until it's done. So I think our focus is on every game as it comes. We've maintained that with the players. Big week this week with the 3 games, and to pull 4 points out of it is pleasing. Still more work to be done, because you want to take care of your own business. You know what I mean? And we're in a position. Obviously, we've given ourselves a good base position, if you like, to do that. So it's important now that we do that, and that's the focus. Just taking each game as it comes, staying on the front foot, trying to take on every team we play against. I mean, we came here today. 2 strikers again. We want to take games on to win them, and we tried. First half they were better. Second half, probably we edged it. In the end, the draw's about right.
You and Borough came up together, and you're 12 points clear with them. Are you surprised at such a big difference?
Well, we were in the Division 2 years ago. It's tough, and maybe they've got more power in the market than us. But they would have had 2 years ago. Obviously, we've been a bit stronger this year because of the base that we put in 2 years ago to the club. It's really tough. I don't judge any team in the Premier League. We all know there's 7 or 8 who are probably going to be in the Premier League every season. And beyond that, who knows? I mean, there's a story every year of someone bigger, way bigger than us, who are struggling, finding it tough, having a bad run, etc., etc. So I don't judge anyone with it, because we're still learning about it ourselves.
You talked about that save, Sean. How good?
Sorry,
you talked about the save that Tom made earlier.
Oh, the save, yeah.
How good can he be? I mean, that was a stunning.
Well, I mean, I will say overall today he hasn't had that much to do. I think Gusted had a glancing header first half, and that was probably it. And then they have a big chance, and Tom makes a big save, and then we have a big chance. So, like I said, there wasn't much in it chance-wise. But Tom, he's assured. He's really got clean hands. He knows the game. He's still learning. He wants to learn. He's just got a good appetite for the profession and what it beholds.
Have you seen Lightman's headed clearance go from Downing's free kick? It was quite special.
Yeah, I haven't seen whether it was going in or not, but it looks like a good read. He's got there early, and moments like that are just as important as the beauty of the game. The goal-mouth scrambles at the end, they're just as important. And our lads, they're not short on trying, that's for sure, and they were throwing bodies out. that's just a big part of the game, and we appreciate all the details. So I definitely appreciate them moments.
You said before the game, Sean, that you weren't sure how Borough would approach it. Did you expect them to play three at the back?
Well, when the team come up, I did. But no, I mean, they're searching, aren't they? So the manager's probably thinking, what do I change? You know, when do I change it? What do I change? And like I say today, very defensive without possession. You know, they left us with the ball and back right off. And then with possession, played a lot of diags, played a lot of longer football than maybe they have done here. But I understand why, by the way. That's not before anyone makes a deal of that. I'd do that because you want to be in the final third creating chances. I was very pleased with us defensively today because we didn't allow them to create too many chances, or certainly not golden chance apart from the one. And even that is a great ball in and a good technical piece of skill from a top-class player.
Do you think the relegation scrap will go right down to the wire?
It possibly could do. You know, I'm not bothered about everyone else. We just look to take care of our own business, and 4 points in 3 games after having a tough run ourselves is a good return.
What about Wardy, Sean? Wardy is in a real rich vein of form.
Who?
Stephen Ward.
Yeah, playing ever so well. I think there's a number who are. You know, there's a number who probably go under the radar a bit, playing really well. I think Jeff's come out of it with 2 big performances. I think Joey's been a different class this week. You know, Keno, Ben, dependable. Wardy's in a real good place. You know, it bodes well, but you know what it's like, you can't take for granted. I think the team's in a good place, but we've got to take on the next challenge and go and take care of ourselves this season.
Pleased with Robbie Brady as well.
Yeah, I thought that was the most, when he's looked like how we work. And I mentioned it many times, it takes time for some players, and I thought he got the script with the shape, and he had some real quality moments, and his, speaking of free kicks, is his, you know, a ball's sort of width over the bar. So, okay, thank you.
Yeah, folks.